Hi everyone, hope y'all are doing well and having a great Monday so far. So I wanted to come to you really quickly via video just to give you some things to think about, especially as we move into this upcoming week and look at the assignment that's due at the end of this week. So before I get to that, a couple of housekeeping things. One, I have graded all of the Unit 2 outlines that I've received. There was a lot of good work. I was really happy with a lot of what I saw. I do want to encourage you, let me turn it back on me. I do want to encourage you all to please take a look at the feedback if you haven't already. Do digest it, really look at my notes carefully, and of course reach out if you have any questions. I recognize that assignment might have seemed a little bit odd or a little bit difficult. I know that it was kind of your first chance at really going at a really good clear thesis statement. The reason why that assignment is really important is because it serves as kind of a middle ground and a gateway to get you into the culminating assignment for Unit 3, which will be your first full-fledged essay for this class. So I really do hope that you take the feedback I gave into consideration, use it as you move throughout the rest of this unit, and of course moving forward. And as always, please reach out if you have any questions. I want to do what I can to help you all out. Now, to go back here, one of the things that I want to bring to your attention, and I've got it in the calendar here. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, so if you go into the calendar for the course, which all of you probably have noticed at certain points when you log in, you have a notification saying this assignment is due end of this week, this assignment is due whenever. You've probably noticed that, and that actually comes from our course calendar. So do note that if you ever want to know what is happening in the course, in addition to looking at the schedule and looking at the syllabus, where most of the dates for the assignments are included, you can also go to the course calendar. So one of the things that I want to mention to you is on April 22nd, that day is going to be the last day you can submit any late work to me. What I mean by this, some of you are behind by an assignment, some of you maybe are behind by a couple, some of you are not behind at all. But I like for everyone to know up front that if you do get behind on any work, I'm of course willing to work with you to make things up. So a good number of you have encountered that thus far. But I do want you all to be aware as you move forward throughout the rest of the semester that April 22nd is going to be the last day that I will accept any late work for any reason, period. I want to let you all know this so you can kind of keep this in mind as you move forward, but also I don't want it to be a surprise. After this date, I cannot accept anything late. The only assignment that will be due after this date, I believe, is going to be your final reflection. Actually, no, your end of course reflections did the day before. So yeah, this is the last day that I'll be accepting any late work from you of any kind. So do please make sure to get me anything late. Of course, prior to this date is suggested. But if you do want to get me something later, this is going to be your last deadline to do so. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that to you as well. All right, so for this week, let's schedule content. It's Monday, y'all. I'm struggling to click on the right stuff. All right, so let's go to Unit 3. All right, so for the last week's discussion board, you spent some time really kind of utilizing literary devices to really do some short story analysis. And again, you had some short stories to choose from. These short stories I think are really interesting. They have a lot of really interesting things to say in terms of content and how that content is executed. I do encourage you all to, of course, keep going back to some of the things you did last week. Do note that I will be grading this particular discussion board throughout the week this week and getting you feedback on that discussion board, so just be mindful of that. Now for this week's assignment is going to be a little bit different. So you'll notice that you do have some readings and things that you need to do here. The one example you have here is applying a particular literary school of criticism, in this case psychoanalytic theory, to the character of the misfit, which is from Flannery O'Connor's short story. And then, of course, you have this Building a Strong Thesis Statement Revisited resource. I do encourage you to review that. Quite a few of you in the last assignment, the outline, did struggle with thesis statements, which is totally cool, y'all. That is something that I expect, especially at this point in the course. My goal by the end of this course is that you feel more comfortable writing an argumentative thesis, but I recognize that right now it's a little bit more challenging. So I do encourage you to, in addition to looking at the feedback that I gave you in the Unit 2 assignment, do go back and review this resource as well and let it inform what you do as you move forward. Now, for the assignment that is due this week, that is the Unit 3.2 discussion. This, of course, is due by Friday. What you will do is you will choose one character from one of the short stories in the unit. You can choose the Roman Horse, Lou, or Rash short stories, any of those three. You'll name the character briefly and then consider the following elements that are in these bullet points. And in considering these, you'll use those to describe those characters. Again, what are they like? How are they described? What do we know about their past and present? So basically, you're going to just give the reader, in this case, here's my character, here's a little bit about the character. So just do that in, again, I would say a few sentences or so. And again, you don't have to go through every single one of these bullet points here, but choose some of the ones that are really interesting to you and that you can also connect together in a really fluid way. Then you'll consider how taking the approach of psychoanalytic criticism, which again focuses on the mind, unconscious motives, roots of desire, how that can enhance the analysis of the short story. And again, there are some links here going back to Mary Clegg's and Michael Ryan on psychoanalytic criticism, especially if you're a little bit fuzzy to that. And of course, then you'll take into account all of the things above here, and after reading the Building a Strong Thesis Statement page, you'll craft a working thesis for your Unit 3 essay. So one of the things that's really nice about the course from here forward, is that a lot of the assignments you're going to do are not just going to help you conceptually, but it's going to help you practically, in the sense that you're going to get an opportunity to craft what you want your working thesis statement to be for your Unit 3 essay. And in doing so, you will do it here, you'll post it, you can get feedback from your classmates, but you also, of course, will get feedback from me prior to moving into the Unit 3 essay that's to come. All right, so this gives you kind of a playground of sorts, allows you to do some of your kind of rough sketches and things like that for your thesis statement itself. And again, this is going to be your opportunity to check your progress, get feedback, and of course, keep in mind the thesis statement should focus on the why and the how of your short story from the unit, and how it uses specific symbols, metaphors, uses of irony, and things like that are in Unit 1. Okay, so that's what you're going to really want to focus on for this assignment. And of course, once you do these things, you will then respond to 2 of your classmates as well. All right, there's a rubric for this assignment, of course. And again, this is going to be due Friday, the 18th by 11:59. All right, I think that is everything for you. Again, I really want you to look at this week's assignment, again, as a place for you to begin fleshing out and thinking through what you will apply and potentially do in the Unit 3 essay that you will begin working on. Again, you can begin working on it at any point this week, but it won't be due until next week, of course. All right, so use this assignment as a playground of sorts to kind of work out some ideas, get feedback from your classmates, get feedback from me, and then apply that as you move into your work for the essay itself. All right, y'all are doing some really great work. I know that this is the time of the semester where we get tired. I know that many of you are going on your spring breaks at your institutions, home institutions. Do note that this class does not have a spring break. It's mostly because it's online and there's a lot of material to cover. eCore doesn't provide one. But of course, I'm here to work with you and help you out any way that I can. Y'all are doing well. Just keep up the good work. Reach out to me if you need anything. I'm here to support you in any way that I possibly can as we move forward and look ahead to the end of the semester. All right, take care of yourselves. Reach out if you need anything. And again, do be on the lookout for feedback on the Unit 3.1 discussion soon. Take care.